I'm very happy today that I have the youngest member of the youth minyan is here tonight, Sharon. She was just born a week ago, and Baruch Hashem, she came to the first lesson in her life. Good. No, she came before with her mother, but now she's by her own. Mazal Tov, Nissan, happy birthday to you and to you, Liora. Mazal Tov to other Nissan for the birthday, and welcome Yoni back from Israel. It's Baruch Hashem, we're getting there, Baruch Hashem. In about 9 days from now, we're going to celebrate Pesach, Leil Seder, and I'm very happy now that when the students come to learn Daf Yomi, they are so tired, Baruch Hashem, and I have to work harder to teach them. It means they're in the right direction. This is the really understanding of freedom in Judaism when you are totally knocked down. But the biggest, well, today there are 2 mitzvot from the Torah that belongs to Leil Seder, to the night of the Seder. Who knows them? What are the 2 mitzvot? To eat matzah, 1 piece of matzah, and maror, no, maror is from the Rabbanan. Can't do during the year too, it's the same problem. Maror you have all the time. Lesaper b'yitziat Mitzrayim. That each of us, we have, and the Rambam says the following. Mitzvat aseh shel Torah. Mitzvat aseh from the Torah, lesaper, to say and to talk and to discuss the nisim and niflaot, the miracles and the good action that Hashem did to our parents, to our ancestors when they in Egypt in the night of the 15th day of Nisan. שנאמר זכור את היום הזה שעשה את אשר אצלם במצרים. How do you know the 15th of Nisan? כתוב הגעת למלאכה ביום ההוא. ביום ההוא, when there is מצה ומרור לפניך. If there are no children, you have to speak to his friends, and even כולם חכמים, even they know everything. They know the Torah by heart, they know the Megillah, they know Masechet Pesachim by heart, and all the Midrashim by heart. They will have to sit down and to talk about Yetziat Mitzrayim, the Exodus, and as longer, as better. During the year, we say, as less as you speak, is better for your neshama. But in Leil Seder, it's a mitzvah to talk about Yetziat Mitzrayim. And the Gemara the Agadah starts with a beautiful midrash. מעשה ברבי אליעזר ורבי יהושע ורבי אלעזר בן עזריה ורבי עקיבא ורבי טרפון. They were gathering in Bnei Brak, and they were talking about Yetziat Mitzrayim the whole night. They finished the Leil Seder, they didn't go to sleep, they start to say Yetziat Mitzrayim, and until 7 o'clock in the morning, from 7 o'clock at night, until the student come and say, it's daylight, you have to pray Shacharit. There's a mitzvah to talk the whole night with Yetziat Mitzrayim about the miracles. This is the biggest mitzvah of Leil Seder. It means the matzah, you eat 1 piece of matzah, you're over with this. Of course we have over here kezait, but from the Torah, it's 1 piece of matzah. But the Saper Yetziat Mitzrayim is endless, and every word of Yetziat Mitzrayim, you make a mitzvah of the Torah. There is even she taught that every letter that you say. So you can make thousands of mitzvot by just saying to HaKadosh Baruch Hu about the miracles and about Yetziat Mitzrayim. And this is the essence of Leil Seder. והגעת לבנך. Now I gave you this Chumashim, and let's start on page 353, which is Shmot 12th chapter, Parashat Bo. On Pasuk 26. Those who speak Russian, you can read the Russian, I'll say it in English. והיה 353. והיה כי יאמרו עליכם בניכם. And if your children are going to ask you, מה העבודה הזאת לכם? What are you doing tonight? all these mitzvot? What is the all these mitzvot? And you have to answer him, זי זבח פסח הוא לשם אשר פסח על בתי בני ישראל במצרים, ונקפו את מצרים ואת בתינו הציל וכל העם וישתחוו. Meaning, this story, this event that the Torah is talking, we're talking about before the actual 10 plague, the plague, the Makat Bechorot. Hashem is telling them, Moshe is telling to Am Israel, be prepared for the holiday, for the Exodus. But over there he's telling them, if your children are going to ask you, what are you doing? מה העבודה הזאת לכם? You have to answer them that this is Zevach Pesach. This is Korban Pesach, that Hashem made a miracle when he passed over the houses of the Jews and he killed the Egyptians. Okay? Now when you read this text, do you have any understanding why the Torah talks about, why the Haggadah talks about over here the Rasha? The Rasha, I really don't have the Haggadah, the Rasha says, Rasha מה הוא אומר? מה העבודה הזאת לכם? We're using this terminology for the Rasha. I have many questions to ask you. What is the Rasha over here? And you know what we answer him? We answer him Zevach Pesach, miracles. And what the Torah is telling us? The Haggadah, Afakat Eakeh Shinav, you have to talk to him very harsh and tell him if you were in Egypt, you were not redeemed. I'm asking you, wait a minute, what is the text itself doesn't show, and the answer that the Torah gives him doesn't show any criticism. And all the Chachmei, those who wrote the Rishonim on the Haggadah, ask a question. They say, what do you want from the Rasha? Why you call him Rasha over here? Sharon talk about tzaddikim in a minute, don't worry. She's too holy in neshama. She wants to rajesh tzaddikim. So okay, this is the first source we're talking about, the dialogue between children and parents, and the Chachamim decided that this is the Rasha. So a good start, we start with the Rasha. We continue, a few pages on, and we're going to go to page 357. Sorry, 358. Pasuk 8. No question. You just say, "V'igata levincha bayom ha'u lemor." If you no question, you say, "V'igata levincha." You have to speak to the children and tell them in Leil HaSeder, this is the avodah, this is the miracle of Egypt, the miracles in Egypt. Over here there is a mitzvah to talk to your children in the night of Pesach. This is from the Rambam and the Rishonim learning the Haggadah shel Pesach from here. And because there is this person, there is no question. How did we phrase it in the Torah? She'eino yodea lishol. He cannot ask, so there is no question. You start with an answer already. Okay? Wonderful. We continue to the page, or to the same page. On the bottom it says, on Pasuk 14, והיה כי שלחה בנך מחר לאמור, if your son is going to ask you tomorrow or next year, מה זאת? What is this? You will tell him, Hashem took us out of Egypt with a strong hand, and the story of Egypt, and the 10 plagues and everything. Okay? What the Torah resembles over here, this person? Tam. Mazot. He doesn't know, he asks Mazot. The first one we say, what avodah zot for you, to you, lachem, we call him Rasha. This is saying Mazot. What is this? We call him Tam. Good. Wonderful. Now, Lord, with your permission, we go all the way to Sefer Dvarim, on page 1081. On Pasuk 20, Parashat Vayetchanan, chapter 6, Pasuk 20. Ki yishalcha, if your son is going to ask you tomorrow a question, Ma ha'edot v'achukim v'amishpatim, what are the laws and the customs and the mishpatim and the dinim that Hashem commanded you? And you will tell him, we were slaves to Paro in Egypt, and Hashem took us out of Egypt with a strong hand, and he gave a lot of miracles and plagues to Paro and Mitzrayim, and he took us out from there, and to bring us to Eretz Israel, to Canaan, as well that he swore to our parents. And the Torah learned from this. We talk about over here the Chacham. So because 4 times in the Torah there is one issue, 4 times, talking about question, answer, they're asking you and tell them about Mitzrayim, about Paro. For these 4 sources, in the Haggadah, we put it and resemble it with the 4 children. 4 types of children. So my first question is, why we have to start with the Rasha? Why don't put him in the end? Yes? And I will teach you something over here. There is the Shibolei Leket, one of the Rishonim on the Torah. He says the follow.
Who needs more Mikra?
What?
Who needs more Mikra to bring him close to Judaism?
Why to start with him? Put him in the end.
If you put him in the end, then what we're talking about? Talking in front. Interacting with him more.
By the way, if you want to know how difficult to understand the Rasha is difficult to understand anyhow, but in this case, it's there is the Baalei Tosfot, they say like this, מה?
הוא אומר העבודה הזאת לכם, הוא לא יצא משם, בן אדם צריך להרגיש כאילו הוא יצא.
מה העדות שזו לכם?
The Chacham say לכם too. לכם, ask. So 1081, look at this. Tell me what it says over there. No, if it was written in the Torah, in Sefer Shemot, that they give you a harsh answer, I understand. You know by the answer, what did he mean? But the answer is very light in the Torah. Tell him we were slaves, this and that. Huh?
אתכם.
אתכם. אתכם זה לא לכם, is one of the explanations. But
after we take his teeth, he's going to become tzaddik.
what?
Torah says take his teeth out. Wants the teeth out.
טוב, זה last bikshur, now this shur. אז הוא אומר over here, בבעלי התוספות says like this. רשע אומר, מה העבודה הזאת לכם? מצאתי בשם רבנו ישעיה ששאל, ברשע לבבו, כך יענה לו. הוא אומר לכם, אף אתה אומר, ענה עבודה עשה לי ולא לו. ואחי בנימין כתב, מה העבודה הזאת לכם? בירושלים מפרש, they say, the תלמוד ירושלמי say, he doesn't ask מה העבודה הזאת לכם, he ask another question. מה הטורח שאתם מטריחים עלינו בכל שנה ושנה? This is a real question. כמו את another. He doesn't want to know, he's looking for shortcuts. Why we need it? מה הטורח שאתם מטריחים עלינו בכל שנה ושנה? And this is a problem. עכשיו הוא ממשיך ואומר, ואנו רואים בו מידת רשע אשר הוציא עצמו מן הכלל, אמר לכם ולא לו. אף אתה כעת שינה וכולי. הוא אינו מאמין בגאולה וכולי וכולי וכולי. I was learning all this time and I'm asking myself, what is so important to bring this opinion about the Rasha to Leil HaSeder? You know, there is no mitzvot to discuss about Reshaim's people, Reshaim opinion, because a person who he doesn't think well. So, as long as you talk to him, as less you talk to him. So we spoke last week that it's the mitzvah to bring them together. Echad, we are one. We cannot give up on no. Yeah, I don't want to give up on him. But why should I put so much effort on him and put him the first line in the Arbat children?
Rabbi told us that tzaddik and rasha, it's a hard shape, right? It's a fine line between them. And when Torah says echad, it means each individual children, or it could be all four in one. So if that's true, 4 in 1, each of us resembles 4 different characters, different sides. So it really doesn't matter whether there is rasha. We have to work on each individual to succeed where we want to go.
Wonderful. Aaron say each of us has 4. We have 4 children in ourselves. You know, that's what Aaron basically say.
Means in thousands years from now, people are going to ask me why I'm working so much. What's kind of this question?
This is basically my better half asked me the same question. It's not the end of the world. It's not Rasha so much, but the Torah doesn't say in the answer to be mean to him. He cannot develop a thought which doesn't read in the Torah. I mean, you can do it, but nothing to do with the Torah. The Torah, I ask a question, you give him an answer. We say over here, Akiyat Shinav, you have to break his teeth, and hey.
Break his answers.
Therefore, in order to understand it, I went to the Torah has 4 levels of understanding. There is the Pshat, the Drash, the Remez, and the Sod. The Remez, which is the secrets of the Torah, with the Zohar Kadosh. And today I say to myself, let's explore and say what the Torah talks about these 4 children, Arba'a Banim. And I tell you what they say. I don't have to explain what they say, but it says like this. Ben Begimatria is 52. And 4 Banim is Begimatria 208. And 208 is 8 times the name of God, of Yud Kei Vav Kei. And 208 is the Gematria of Yitzchak. And 208 is the Gematria of Ki Arba Arbe Zaracha, the word Arbe. And this is the whole inyan of the redemption. Now you understood, you can continue. In one line, they want to give us all the answer, and I found over there, basically, they're talking about the 4 children as 4 parts of the worlds that we have in the secret of Torah. There are 4 different worlds. Olam HaAtzilut, Bria, Yitzira, Asiya. When the Chacham resembles Olam HaAtzilut, with no question about there, everybody is over there, wonderful. And the Tam resembles the Olam HaBriya, the angels, Mazot, Timut, Eno Yodea Lishol Yitzira, and Rasha resembles Olam HaAsiya, our world. What does it mean, Olam HaAsiya? בעולם העשייה, the Yetzer Hara, the evil inclination, has the right to test us. We don't like these tests, but he has the right to test us. And to give us to understand the world give us power of imagination, and fears and worries. Friday before Shabbat came, so a lady called me and she said, Rabbi, I have anxiety attacks. I don't know what to do with myself. So I asked her, what, any reason? No. My husband is good, my kids are healthy, we have a nice house, we have a nice income. There is no reason. But I don't know what to do with myself. And so all these feelings and emotions and everything that come from the Yetzer Hara has power in this world, Olam HaAsiyah.
And therefore we can start with the Rasha, because he represents this world.
The Rasha is a person that can live in this world. The Rasha, he saw the Yetziat Mitzrayim. Nachon? He saw himself the Yetziat Mitzrayim. And we talk about him. That people in this world, all of us, we have a very wonderful gift. We can lie to ourselves. Denial. It didn't happen. We can believe in this. We can tell you stories from the Manishtana. And we can live in our own world, in this world. At a certain point it becomes schizophrenia, but Baruch Hashem, nobody is sick over here, but we're not hallucinating. But there is a certain, each of us, we have a certain thing that we start to feel threatened. No reason why. Thank you. It's another part of this Olam Hazeh, this wake-up calls. And sometimes you sit home and you feel that your mood going down. Nobody spoke to you even. You don't know what happened. So of course you have to start to blame your husband, your wife, but this is already, it's a family issue, but Shlom Bayit issue. So Rasha is basically the one who has to face in this world to deal with this world. And this world is a very dangerous world. People can lose themselves very easily and they even don't feel it. How the Yetzer Hara is testing us? He gives us problems that we think is a problem. Parnasa problems, lo alenu, health problems, ashkafa problems, shlom bayit problems. And for us, we feel it's a very, very big thing. And we get very upset and very worried and very nervous, and it's the end of the world. The beauty is just 50% at least imaginary thing. If it's not held, Baruch Hashem, it's nonsense. It's called, in Hebrew, it's called Meitzar. Meitzar in Russian, translate Dardisar. For you is the worst thing that can happen since Adam HaRishon was created. For another 6 billion people is nothing. And the Meitzar is an imaginary thing that we have the ability to take it out. If we understand that it's not the end of the world, it's just the beginning. If you go deeper, what I'm telling you now, all this world is one big illusion. Whatever you see these bodies, you see these buildings, everything at a certain time is going to be evaporates. Nothing will left. I was saying Bukharian, you know me neck, you know me bad. Everything, and this is basically how the Bukharian, how they summarize their life. Whatever left after you come and go and you buy and you think you own and you bought another building, another thing, everything has to disappear. What left? Your good deeds and the energy that you that you did in this world. That's all. So the illusion of the power of a body that is going to dissolve itself, and the world is dissolving itself, this is the same attitude that we have to approach the hardship of this world. It looks like a very real hardship, but in most of the cases, it's imaginary.
You can almost feel it.
Huh?
You can almost feel it.
But what?
Hardships.
The hardships or the illusion of the hardship?
Yeah.
No, the hardships are very painful, you know. When you come home and your wife gives you a Misha Berach, you feel very good about it, you know. It's, and of course you answer Misha Berach too. It's become a whole Misha Berach Shnati. This looks very real, but the bottom line is nothing. If you're going to see most of our problems in life, if you're going to discuss about it, people are going to say, is this your problem? Can you go home? But why it's so important that we should start with the Rasha? Because the reward and the punishment is over there. Do you understand?
Perception?
No, the real reward. And I will explain. Avraham Avinu, he was promised to have a big nation come out of him. Nachon? From whom? From Yitzchak. Nachon? So we got Yitzchak, and then they become the Akedah and the... Nachon? It's very painful, Nachon? It's very painful. What Abraham is doing is being tested now. And after he's tested, Hashem is telling him, Ki varecha varechecha, v'arba arbe zaracha. You know one of the tests that he had over there? The Yetzer Hara, it says, come to him like a river. He cannot cross it. So he go inside the river. The water come high and high, almost killed him. And he said, Ribono Shel Olam, I'm doing your mitzvah. It went. It came like an old man, like a young man. All this Midrash explains us the imaginary power of the Yetzer Hara that is nothing. But thanks to the Yetzer Hara, cannot say thanks, but because of the Yetzer Hara, Abraham, when he passed the test, he got a blessing. What a blessing that he got? Ki barecha varechecha, veharba arbe zaracha. Arbe in Hebrew, you write it Aleph Resh Bet Hey. What is the value of this? 208, which is basically Yitzchak. 208 is 4 banim, 4 times 52. Hashem is telling to Abraham, because of you, they're going to be the world is going to come to its ultimate redemption because of you. Therefore, we mentioned these 4 children that resemble Yitzchak Avinu in Leil HaSeder. You know why? It is a birthday. Yitzchak was born on Pesach. So, and in Leil Pesach, there is a power to wake up the Mashiach. Leil Pesach. So without the white, we need this Arba Banim. We cannot without it. And when you're going to read about the Arbat Banim, basically this is over there. When it's over there, Echad Chacham, Echad Rasha, Echad Tam. This is the Echad. והיה השם לדבר לכל את בהם הוא יהיה השם אחד ושמו אחד. This is the night of Leil HaSeder, a night שמסוגל, that is capable to bring the Mashiach בעזרת השם. But for this we need these 4 children. And we start with the Rasha. You know why? Because we have to deal in this world on a daily basis with tests and with a lot of hardship. But you have to pass it. You have to pass it. So now we have a tool how to deal with this. First of all, there is a big hardship on you. What do you say first of all? It's not the end of the world. Another Yetzer Hara, crazy stuff. Blame the Yetzer Hara. He gets money for it. And be able to overcome it. it's not the end of the world. The Yetzer Hara, when you came to Abraham and he told him, Abraham, what are you doing now? Hashem promised you. Hashem promised you Yitzchak. What are you going to kill him? Are you out of your mind? Abraham is telling him, don't talk to me. What would happen if Abraham would listen to the Yetzer Hara? You know what happened to it? The end of the story. But it makes a lot of sense. And this is basically כנגד ארבעה בנים דיברה התורה. When you're going to start to feel the feeling of redemption, that your Mashiach came, when you are going to start to deal with your hardship in a more positive way. So something happened, say, so what? I'm going to do tshuva, I'm going to become a better person and finish. But we like to ma'ale and why it happened and where it happened and this and you know what, and you start with these questions and monkey budam and this,
Somebody has to complain.
Huh?
Somebody has to complain.
Don't worry, somebody is going to be. Somebody is sick, he came to the doctor, psychiatrist, and he said, I have problems. So he said to start, he said from the beginning, he said yes. I said, when I created the world, it was heaven and earth. And he said, okay, start from the beginning. The real beginning is start. We are not God. And we are just human beings come to this world for a certain period of time to make the maximum that we can. But not more than this. Shlomo HaMelech, King Solomon, not from the pizza, from the Torah, he was a very smart man. And once he tried to outsmart HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Will. So there were two people that had to die. But there was one place that's called Luz. That if they're going to be over there, the Yetzer Hara loses over there. Nobody can die over there. So Shlomo HaMelech told them, go fast to the city of Luz. So they took the train or whatever it was over there, and they were flying over there. They came to the city of Luz. At the entrance, they died on the spot. So the Yetzer Hara told to Shlomo, thank you. The only way I could take them is over here. Thank you for sending them over here. Yeah, but I want to save them. This is when you try, with your wonderful wisdom, to fight against the divine wisdom. There is a beautiful story about Shlomo HaMelech. We talk about, sometimes people come to ask me about Shidduchim. And they say, Rabbi, we don't like the family, but the kids like each other, we don't know what to do. And Shokunim, so I'm telling them a story. King Solomon, he had a daughter, very nice daughter. And suddenly, somebody told him, your daughter, she's going to marry to a poor guy, homeless. Say, my daughter to a homeless? Never. So he bought an island, he bought a building over there with a wall and with a nice metal door and chains, everything. He took his daughter, he told her, you sit over here, and I will come when you are 18, and I will see what will happen. He put it over there in Gaza, and nobody is there. When her time came to get married with a homeless, so one homeless were all in the street, he would never to see, so he saw over there the leftover of a donkey. So he went to sleep inside of the ribs over there. And when he was sleeping, 4 eagles took him and put him on the roof of the castle. He wakes up, he doesn't know where he is. But then he found to know a nice girl over there, a Jewish girl. And they decided to get married. So when Shlomo HaMelech came to visit him, they say, come, we need a sandak, we need sandak v'shit. So he told this Domot Shvanda, Akodom, from which part of the world he came. In Bukharian it sounds very, very nice, very juicy. So I don't know myself. It happened like this. Shlomo Melech understood that as smart as you are, as capable as you are, as genius as you are, you cannot do what you cannot do. But what you can do, you can control your anger. You can control your frustrations and see and all kind of when you or something become very excited, you can control it. Ego. And start to be like what Hashem wants us to be. And this is basically what the Zohar says about this, that why we have 4 children, 4 banim, because it's 52 times 4, which is 208, which is Yitzchak Avinu, which was born on Pesach, and this is a blessing of Abraham. And when the Mashiach will come, the Gemara says that somebody has to go to turn off the fire of Gehenna. It's very hot over there. So they say Yitzchak is going to volunteer for this. Because he's the all 4 is in one name, is Yitzchak. And this is the beauty of Leil HaSeder. Leil HaSeder has few levels. If I told you Ben is 52, which is twice 26. There are 2 kinds of redemption. There is a general redemption of Am Yisrael, and there is your redemption. What's your redemption? When one of your biggest problems is going to be solved. It can be, one can be his mortgage, one can be his house, one can be his rent, one can be his children, one can be grandchildren, one can be a match for the children, one can be for shidduch. Each of us needs his own geula. And this is Leil HaSeder. And we will have to use the night of Leil HaSeder to praise the Kadosh Baruch Hu for all the miracles, and to pray for each of us that Hashem should guide us in the right way, to be able to deal with the hardship in this world in the right way, and to be able to zoche לישועת, the ultimate redemption, ישועת הפרט וישועת הכלל, במהרה בימינו אמן.